Hello. Good evening, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. We're at the start of a new month. Can you even believe it? Okay, just went over and invited a few people. Hey, lady, I was just inviting you. So good to see you. Glad you're here. You made me smile, saying I am waiting patiently. Yay! I love it. Happy September. Yay, yay, yay. Lisa! Woohoo! Hey, lady, how are you? Happy Labor Day, ladies. What exciting things did you do today? The weather was glorious. Hey, hey, hey! So glad you're here. Would love to hear from what you're up to. Invite your friends. Send me some thumbs up and some hearts. I want to feel the love, feel your presence. So good to have you here. So good, so good, so good. Let's see who else is popping on, joining us. Hey, Macon, welcome. Welcome to the group. I want to definitely hear what all you ladies have been up to. So amazing. It is September, what's today? The 4th? I can't even believe it. It's time for the kids to go back to school. The weather is so crisp. But summer is not over. It's not. Blessings, blessings. Hello, Reverend Kathy. How are you? So glad you are here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hey, Leslie. So glad to see you, lady. I saw you having some fun in the sun today, getting ready for your big run. And I love the yoga poses with you and your sweetie pie. So delicious. Right back at you, beautiful. I can feel the love coming through the airways. Yes, I love it. I love it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Just give 2 more minutes, maybe, give or take. A couple people to jump on and join us. Hey, Denise. So happy you're here. Hey, hey, hey. What'd you do today? I want to hear about your day. How'd you spend this Labor Day? Did anybody have to work today, or was everybody off, enjoying their time? Did you get outside? The weather this afternoon was absolutely beautiful. Lisa, I know you were outside doing something amazing, just showing up in the world. What were you up to, woman? So good. We're just going to dive right in shortly. Talk to me. You know, this is our space to talk to each other. Love the jacket. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Isn't it beautiful? The embroidery, so amazing. It's actually, I guess it could be whatever. I call it a beach cover up, but could wear it with jeans or do whatever, but thank you. No, oh, that's right. You're getting ready to go. Amazing. Yeah, you're going to have such a wonderful time. Such a wonderful time. Hey, Lisa Daly. How are you? Glad you're here. Awesome. Denise, you were cooking out with the family and the whole 9 yards. All right. Nice. I hope you had some good food. I'm just going to mute that. I hope you had some good food. Welcome, 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 ladies and gentlemen. It's so good to see you. Invite your friends. Make sure if you like anything or want me to say something or add something, drop your questions, drop some thumbs up, drop some hearts. Remember, this space is for us to talk to each other. It's not just for me to do all the talking, because we learn from each other in this space, and that's what makes it so amazing. So before we do anything, welcome back to those who have been on the experience with me. Can you believe it is already week 5? It just seems like we just got started, but this is week 5 already. And for those of you who are new to the space, my name is Carol Ann Jones. I am a certified life coach and a health coach, and my passion and mission and purpose is supporting women to be healthy and even more fabulous, because we have so many gifts. We're so wonderful. Our essence is so beautiful, and we have so much to give to the world. And this is our time to shine and to be bright and to just go out there and glow, because many times, we see all the darkness happening in the world and in different places, but this is our time to shine and spread that brightness and spread who we are. Because like we talked about, and if you haven't caught all the videos, go back and catch up. Nobody can do it like I can do it, and I can't do it like you can do it. So we all need to be doing what it is that we do together, because we have gifts and talents and skills, and the world is waiting for us. Hey Tish, hey Ann Young. I just recently heard in a sermon, and I know it was confirmation for me, that we were all created for a purpose. And not only were you created for a purpose, somebody is waiting for you to operate fully and play full out in your purpose, because the world needs you. Those around you need you. We need each other. So this is our time to show up, to play big, to show out, to just be who you are. And I created this 7-week journey. And like I said, we're on week 5. I can't believe it. It's been so much fun, and it's stretched me, and I've learned so much from you. And I created this 7-week journey to help us keep connected to the voice of our mind, our body, and our spirit, because we need to tap into that voice. That's why this is called the Come Home to Yourself experience, because with all that is going on, we can sometimes get away from ourselves or be doing things that maybe it's not our time to do, or maybe showing up in other spaces and places where really our purpose is to be in our lane and to stay there, to not compare. Because sometimes you ever get caught up in that comparison thing where you're looking at what somebody else is doing and you're wondering why my stuff is not there. I know I do it sometimes, because it's like I want to be over there and I see all the glitz and the glam, but you know what? I got to stay in my lane, and I too will grow, right? All of our paths, we're always going somewhere if we are intentional about where we're going. And this is our time to be intentional. So this space I created this journey for us to entice us and inspire us into new realms of our divinity and our powerful feminine essence. So this has been such a wonderful place. And ladies, hand on heart, I am so loving the sharing, the stretching, the growing, the testimonials that you are sharing on the threads and sending me privately. I just love what you are up to in the world, and I'm so grateful for how you show up and how you show up for yourself, most importantly, because when you show up for yourself, you also give another woman permission to show up for herself, because you're showing her how to do it. You're showing up in your light. You're showing up in your essence. And she's like, whoa, look at her. If she can do it, I can do it. So continue to show up in your gifts and in your skills. Doesn't mean you have to know everything, because if you woke up today, it's another opportunity to learn something new. We talked about being 1% better every day, right? Instead of thinking we got to eat the whole elephant at one time, just 1% better, being 1% better every day as a person, because you take 1% today and add it to 1% tomorrow and the next day and the next day, and over the months and over the years, your greatness just keeps growing, and your character, you just keep stretching yourself, and you just keep growing into that woman that you envision and that you know you're becoming, because we're always becoming. We don't stay in the same place. If you get up and say, you know what, God woke me up today and I know where I'm moving to. I see the vision. So we started this journey, and we talked about the following steps. We talked about honoring where you are. every unique and delicious part of yourself, the light and the dark, just honoring where you are, not closing one part down because of what you were taught or what somebody told you, just honoring all the deliciousness, all the pieces of yourself. We moved into reconnecting to our feminine fire, your passion, that internal flame that drives you, where sometimes in life it can get snuffed out because of things that have happened, or old stories or old tapes that continue to play, and we can move into a place of existing and not thriving. So we talked about reconnecting to your feminine fire. Then we talked about envisioning your divine destination. Yes, we want to enjoy the journey, but we need a vision. We need a vision of where we're going and what is going on in that vision so you could keep walking towards it. It gives you motivation. It inspires you. So what is the vision of your divine destination? And not holding it so tight, being flexible, because things will change and they'll mesh and they'll mold, but giving God also the opportunity. I have a friend who says, and I've adopted this from her, give God, I give you permission to blow my mind. And I love it. Just saying, God, do what you do. And I don't want to be so rigid and so tight where God can't show up in a way that I wasn't expecting. I want to be open and flexible, but yet I still want to see that. I want to see the destination, but I also know I want to be flexible, because who knows all the goodness and the richness that is about to come flooding in. But you got to be open to it, because we talked about sometimes the package is wrapped in a way that we don't want it to be wrapped. You remember the story about the woman who bought the gift for her son, and she didn't, the son kept playing around and didn't want to open that gift, but it was the best gift ever. But because it wasn't in the right wrapper, he didn't want to open that. So be very careful of the wrapping, because the best thing ever may be in that particular package that doesn't come wrapped the way you think it should be wrapped. We talked about unapologetically standing in your truth. What is your truth, ladies? What is that for you? Being vulnerable. Saying, this is me, all parts of me. I remember, I don't know who it was, but drop me a comment, drop me some hearts. I think it was Reverend Kathy. She was like, I'm loving all parts of me. And I love the way she shows up in the world, just loving all parts of herself. And ladies, I know many of you, Celine, I'm calling you out. I don't know if you're on here, but I want to know, it's your birthday. What'd you do? Ladies, this is our accountability space. We talked about just embracing all parts of ourselves. We talked about writing something on a Post-it or a piece of paper that no longer served us or is serving us, and symbolically burning it when we were ready. And I know some of you wrote it but didn't do anything with it, or wrote it and made a commitment to burn it. I would love to know what is going on with that commitment. What is your truth? What is it that you need to speak? What is it that you haven't let your voice, what is it that you haven't let come up from your throat and out into the world that you need to say to yourself or to someone? And forgiveness was a big part of what we talked about when we talked about unapologetically standing in our truth, forgiving others and also forgiving ourselves. So that was big. We had a lot of conversation around that. I'm going to stop here and those are the steps that we've covered so far. Just drop me some comments on, let me know how you're feeling, what you're up to. Are you excited about tonight? What you've been getting from this, because there's some new people on here. Just drop some quick comments about what has been resonating. What have you been thinking on? What has been stirring in your spirit as a result of this experience? Share one thing about what you've been doing. And these Facebook Lives, ladies, are engagement is amazing. So they look at how they're engaging, and I don't know all the analytics, but dropping hearts, dropping thumbs up says that the video is being engaged. So If you are engaged in this conversation, just let me know by tapping the hearts, tapping the thumbs up, commenting, so that others can see the engagement and they can jump on and check out what you're experiencing. Hey there, Diana, my goddess of comfort. How are you, lady? How are you feeling? So glad you're here. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that heart. And ladies, just talk to me for a minute. Talk to me. Let me know what you've been getting, what you've been experiencing. Anything that's come up for you. Excuse me. I have been writing on my bathroom mirror the steps for my all right. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Yes, keep up that momentum, because you know that you're going somewhere, and you're writing the steps, which become affirmations, which get inside of you to help you keep moving. That is so wonderful, Camille. I love that. Hi. How are you? I love it, love it, love it. Who else? What have you been up to? What's something that you want to share with others? Because ladies, when you put your comments in the thread, you inspire you inspire other women, other men who are on here. You help them to also say, well, if that person can put something out there, I can put something out there too. People like to encourage you with what you're doing. You can encourage another. So let me know what else have you been feeling? What else have you been experiencing before we jump into the next step of the journey? Anything? Okay, you guys are not talking to me tonight. But that's okay. Okay. So if you're not going to talk to me, I'm just going to go right into the next step. I know I've been getting comments like, I'm waiting patiently. I'm so ready for tonight. I'm ready to jump on. I'm ready to join. So talk to me. I want to know that you're here. Cheryl, it's so good to see you. Hey, Evie, how are you, darling? So glad that you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're just talking about what have you been getting from the experience? What have you been thinking about? What have you been up to? This is week 5, if you can believe it or not. So just drop some comments. Hey, I'm Marsha. So glad you made it tonight. Hope you're feeling good. Oh, so ladies, if you're just joining, invite your friends, drop some hearts, drop some thumbs up. Let me know you're here. Tell me you're here. Talk to me. This is our space and our place. And tonight, we're going to talk about your flow. What is your feminine flow saying about you? And what I mean by your flow is your rhythm and your pace in the world. Diana, I realized body shut down, but I wasn't doing the work of my truth. Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one. Thank you for the revelation. When you're not doing the work of your truth, what happens? I'm getting you're a fierce trailblazer and I'm inspired. Mwah! I love you, girl. Love you, love you, love you. And yes, you are a fierce trailblazer yourself, woman. And I just love watching what you're doing in the world. Diana, I was frozen in fear. Thank you for sharing, darling. And tell me more about that, because I've been seeing some of your videos and I've seen some movement. So let me know if what I'm seeing is right, because I want to support you. Urban Kathy, I have fully embraced who I am from the inside out and outside in. Ooh, I have embraced the newness of life at this stage in my life. Yes, woman, I love it. I love your newness. Thank you for sharing. A big yes to you. You are up to some amazing things, and I am so humbled and grateful that I get to watch your journey unfold. So I'm looking forward to the exciting things that are on the way. And thank you so much for your sharing. Hey, beauty. How are you, my dear Evie? So good to see you. So tonight, ladies, we're going to talk about your rhythm and your flow. How are you moving through the world? Because many times with everything that is going on, we start to move with the pace of the world. We start to keep up with other things, and it could be subconsciously. So much is going on around us, and we're trying to keep up and do this and do that and it's like, oh my goodness, you get to a place where it's like, wait a minute, you feel off, or something is not right, or you just kind of know that there's something that you need to be doing differently. Hey, Eric Copel, how are you? Long time no hear from, no see. You know that there's something different. You know that it's not your internal rhythm or your internal pace. You're doing things that are just, you're doing things and you're on autopilot. Does anybody recognize that? That sometimes you're on autopilot and you're not even recognizing, or you've even lost your own pace. You don't know what it feels like. Are you a morning person? Are you an evening person? Do you do better? At what hour of the day are you most productive? When do you do your best work? When is your best time to be still and to be quiet? When is your best time to speed things up? Do you know these things about yourself? When was the last time, because your rhythms can also change and you not be aware of it. When was the last time you tapped in? And you said, what is my rhythm? What is my pace? When I move through the room, do my hips sway to the left and to the right? Or am I so focused on where I'm going that I almost trip over what's in the middle in the middle of the floor? I tripped over a water bottle in the kitchen, not paying attention to that. Or are you so focused on where you're going that you just move at such a fast pace that even your body's like, what are you doing? Can you let me move the way I was intended to move, or the way I want to show up? But sometimes we could just have that soldier, that soldier stance, and we're just like zoom, zoom, zoom. We're going here, we're going there, and we haven't slowed down. I know a friend of mine, Leora Adut, and I hope I'm saying Leora's name right. She has a hashtag, slow down to slay. And her goal and mission is to slow down to slay. And that means she's slowing down. She's not keeping up with the pace of the world. Consciously slowing down so that she can do more and be more productive. And when was the last time we thought about, because now we thought about reversing how we show up in the world? Because many times when you have a family, you have a job, you have this, you have that, it's go, go, go. You're a caretaker. Go, go, go. And it's, I was talking to a good friend of mine, and you know more about other people than you know about yourself. She had this good friend of mine, she had an urgent situation where she was hit by a car. And they're looking through her bag for, critical information, somebody to call, or, if she had any medical issues or concern. She had no information, that they could find. Thank God she could talk, because what if she couldn't? But she shared with me how she knew more about her husband, who she was taking care of. She knew every medication, every doctor's appointment. She knew every, whatever regarding his blood work, every marker, his doctors, his this, his that. But she hadn't been taking the time to care for herself or to find out the important things about herself. And that's serious. That's losing your pace in the world, because we can do so much for others many times. And so, what is your pace? What is it? Are there any areas that anybody would be vulnerable enough to share? How is your pace on a scale of 1 to 10? 10 being my pace is off the charts. Great. I show up in my divine essence, my divinity. I got it going on. I know when to speed up. I know when to slow down. Nobody interferes with my pace. And 1 being, I need some serious work in identifying what my pace is, what my soul is speaking to me, what my heart is saying to me, where God is saying, I need you to slow down. I may even need you to spend some more time with me. I need you to get quiet. I need you to take care of yourself. Where are you with your pace? Camille, thank you. I need work. I love it. My pace was a 10 and God shut my bite. Now it's a 3. All right. So there's some work to do. I am all over the place. Yes. And with this new season and this message, nothing is by happenstance. This message is coming because this is your time to really look at your pace and to think about, where in my life do I need to take some time to slow down and to reorganize, or to do whatever it is you need to do to find your pace, because your pace is beautiful. Your pace is beautiful just like you. You were created to be able to care for yourself. Because it's like when the story when we get on the airplanes and the mask drop, they tell you to put your mask on first. Why? So you can take care of yourself and then you can take care of another. Denise, I see you. I see you. And this is your time to start reorganizing and asking, to go even deeper, to ask yourself, where is it that I need to reorganize, that I need to check my flow, that I need to add some additional self-care, which we'll get into in a minute. So yes, that was the realization today. Thank you, Diana. I love it. Ladies, if you're enjoying this or you're getting something from this, make sure you're tapping those hearts and those thumbs up. They really help a lot, and it lets me know my pace with you, and that I'm on the right track and this message is helpful and is beneficial. So please engage with me, talk to me, let me know, let me see you. I just made a list of accomplishments I have made happen the last 3 years with my Wildflower restaurant and bakery after taking it over solely without my ex-husband. I am finally able to brag these and acknowledge myself. That makes me feel positive, confident, and elated to live into my gratitude and yes, instead of dwelling on the things that I don't. Yes, Evie, congratulations. I'm loving it. I'm loving how you're showing up. I love seeing you. Keep going higher. Keep taking us all higher. Keep showing others how you do it. Keep commenting and bragging on yourself, because this is your time and I love it. I'm redefining my past now. I have been shut down twice, so I'm resetting. Oh, I love it. Yes, reset. Reset, time to reset. That's our, take that imagery, ladies, whatever. When you feel like it's time to reset, it's like the Staples button, right? They press that button. This is your time to press the reset button. And what is it that you need? Where is it that your pace, that you need to reset some things? Reset the pace. Is it resetting the pace in your health? I'm big on that. Is it resetting the pace in your relation? Reset, woman. Thank you. Is it resetting the pace in your relationships? Is it resetting the pace in the way you communicate with yourself? Reset. I'm so putting that on my, boom, high five. Reset. Is it resetting your pace in your business? Is it resetting your pace in your desires, your wants, your yearnings? Where is it that you need to reset the pace? Mwah. Hey, my lovely Dawn, so glad to see you. Where is it that you get a chance to hit that reset button? And because we always get a do-over. Ladies, don't ever think you're not eligible, you're not good enough. It is above and beyond you. You get a reset button every moment you decide to make a conscious decision that I want to do something different. Reset, just like that, and it's yours. Don't let anybody tell you any different. We always get another chance and another chance and another chance. It's just us walking in it and owning it that we get another chance, and we have to receive it and accept it. We get another chance to reset. Even when we mess up, you get another chance and another chance and another chance. Like if that reset paper falls off, yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. If that reset paper falls off the mirror and falls in the sink and gets wet, guess what? You get another chance to write another reset note and you get another chance to reset. It's just as easy as that. We just have to remember it, because I always say, we don't need anybody to condemn us. We do a good job ourselves in the way we sometimes speak and treat ourselves in our mind, in our words, in our actions. We have to make sure we're consciously making sure we speak life to ourselves. This is our season, ladies. We are going places. Amazing things are beginning to happen. Health, yes, I want to reset my health, my desires, my self-talk, and my Reverend Kathy, tell me what the last one is. I want to make sure I understand the initials. But yes, what is it that you get to we get to reset. This is our time. You already, first of all, let me tell you, I'm not claiming the end of summer yet. It's not officially over, but we're walking into a new season physically. Fall is upon us, and this is our time, ladies. You feel, because you feel the pace of the world. You feel the energy. You feel the pace changing. You feel how your pace changes when it's crisper, when the weather gets crisp and the winds are blowing, how you may move a little differently. Some of us become more constricted because our bodies don't like the cold weather. Some of us love the cold weather, the cooler weather, and can't wait to get into the sweaters and the boots and all. So just be mindful of how you show up when the seasons change, but not only seasons change, when circumstances change, when situations change, when people change, because we all know people will come in and out of our lives, and that is just a natural state. Some people that you once thought, I thought that's what you mean, Reverend Kathy, thank you. Some people are not going where you're going, and that's just a fact. They're not able to take the journey with you. Or, you know what? They're not willing to take the journey with you. Some people are not even going to be happy for you, but it's okay as long as you know that I'm still moving and I'm still going where I am going. And it's okay, because there are going to be other people who meet you along the way who are going to sign up and say, girl, come on. We're moving at the same pace right now. Let's go. And we're going to encourage each other along the way. And don't be afraid if that person, also you get to the next stage and that person's pace is not the same as yours, because there's going to be somebody else coming along and you're going to do the same. You're going to be somebody else's come along and they're going to be your come along, and you're going to get to partner. But don't be afraid of the pace and the rhythm of those around you, because everybody is not going to be able to keep up, and everybody is not meant to keep up with you either. So just watch, because as you start to do more and more and more, things are going to start to change. Today I was putting up on my space, I'm cleaning out, I'm getting rid of things. I mean, there some of these things are just very nice things, but you know what? I don't need them anymore. They're not serving me. I know that I'm going somewhere. I'm ready to go, and I'm claiming that there's something new, and I want to be ready when the opportunity comes along. My pace is changing. Things around me are changing. I feel it. I sense it. And so it's being able to sit long enough, even if you only have a few moments, to tap in to say, what is it that I need to do? How is it I need to show up in the world right now? And one of the questions I really want you to ask yourself this week before our check-in, excuse me, my eye is itching, before our check-in on Thursday is think about this. What is blocking you or getting in the way of your flow? If you feel like, for those of you, your flow is a 1, your flow is a 3, what's blocking you? What is getting in the way of your flow? And your flow is holistic, right? It's the flow of our mind, our body, our spirit. What's getting in the way with that? Because that is the first, we need to own it, right? Identify it. What is getting in the way of your flow, in the way that you want to show up? What's getting in the way of having you feel the way you desire to feel every day? Me. Thank you, Dawn. Me. Most of the time, it is us. And also, I'm going to ask you, Dawn, you don't have to answer me here. You can shoot me a private message. You can answer me if you want to. Where do you need support, right? Because thank you for being vulnerable and showing up and owning what's getting, because most of the times it's us. We get in our own way, right? Because we may feel like we're not smart enough. We're too this, we're too that. We don't know enough. I don't have enough money. Any of these things, right? These stories start to pop up, and there are stories, but how can I support you? Where can you get support in that? And because once you own it, we find out you have sisters, you have a community that can mirror back to you who you are and can help you maybe identify some things that you can't see for yourself. Because let's face it, we all get in situations, and I am so grateful for the support team I have around me and those that I can reach out to when I'm feeling off, when I am doubting myself, when I'm feeling down, when things don't feel right. I have people that I can reach out to and I can talk to, and they can pull me and reel me back in. They can remind me of who I am and whose I am, because let's face it, we're human. We all have moments where we get off track or we doubt ourselves, right? But there are people around us, if you allow them in, who can say, hold on now, I remember when you said such and such and such and such, or I saw you doing such and such. Where are you with that? How are you progressing? You said you were going to start eating right and doing the things, drinking more water. Where are you with that? Get yourself some folks around you, and there are people who will support you. Grateful for the sisterhood, especially right now. Girl, me too. So I thank you, ladies, for showing up. Hey, Lady Maya, it's glad to see you. Keeping that party going for your birthday. So ask yourself, what is blocking you? That's your number one question. What is blocking you and getting in the way of your flow? Because knowing what it is helps you to formulate the plan so that you can move past the block. If you're not willing to own the block, the plan becomes more difficult because you can't bypass the work. We all have to do our work. We all have to show up. We all have to want to be in that space of, I'm going to do the work that's right here in front of me. Because you know what? When you don't do the work, you end up repeating or going backwards to the old story. Yes, I need the sisterhood. Yes, woman. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And you're teaching it. So you definitely want to be in it because you're teaching it. So you have to model what you're teaching. Thanks for the shout out. Great talk. Love you, Dave. Maya is one of our beautiful songbirds at church. And she is just doing amazing things in the world. Are you back in college? Did the semester start? Hey, Danita, I am sending you prayers. Danita is in the pathway of the upcoming hurricane. She's in Florida. So ladies, send some prayers for Danita. I saw your post today, so know that you are being covered. So what happened to this sisterhood? Okay, Camille, you calling me out. We're going to figure out how to keep it going, darling. And I'm also talking about ways that we can also work together one-on-one. So I'll talk about that at the end. But don't worry. The sisterhood, we're going to figure out how to keep this going. Second year of grad school starts in about 2 days. All right, darling. I love it. You're going to rock this year. So keep going higher. Okay, so I want you to get out pen and paper this week. And if there is a block or you feel that your pace is not a 10, because I don't know if I scroll back through here, did anybody give me a 10? Did I see 110? I'm just scrolling through. I don't think I saw 110. Okay. So I want you to think about what's blocking you and write it out. Just write it out. Don't think about it. Don't judge it. What is blocking you? I don't know what you're saying no to, Camille. What is blocking you or getting in the way of your flow, mind, body, spirit? And once you figure out what's blocking you, I want to know what pace inspires you. Because once you start talking about what's okay, this is blocking me. This is getting in the way. You start to identify, okay, I see it visually, right? It gives you a marker. It gives you a place to start from. And you can say, okay, this one, I don't even want to own it anymore. This one is not working for me. This one, I just, I made it up in my head and it just makes me feel no one gave you a 10. Thank you, Camille, for looking back through. So this one doesn't even work for me. This one I'm holding on to because it's comfortable. We talked about something being comfortable, like a warm blanket that's no longer serving us, whether that be attitudes, people, ideals, old stories, tapes we've created, whatever that is. We've talked about that. Dawn, the race does not go to the swift, but to she who endures to the end. Amen. And we talked about that. So think about what's blocking you. And then pick the ones that you want, that are most important to you, that are really real, that are relevant, that this is where I want to start my work. Pick one or two. You don't have to choose all of them at one time, because you choose all of them and it's like, this is overwhelming and you might end up not doing anything about them. Pick one or two that you say, these blocks are really bothering me and I want to work on these this week. And I'm going to challenge you, if you identify a block that you're working on, drop it in a thread, drop me a note, tag me, send me a private message so we could talk about it together. I'm here to support you because this is our time. I'm enduring. I want you to thrive, Dawn, and we could talk about that offline. Because I've seen you in your thriving space. Thank you, lady. Great assignment. I want to see what comes up for you. So I want to share. I'm calling you out, Diana. Then I want to know what pace inspires you. Because think back at this stage in your life, at this age, where you are right now, do you know what pace inspires you? When was the last time you've operated in your pace that was inspiring to you? In that area that gave you more energy, in that area that gave you more life, it gave you more fascination, where your imagination was just like, wow. When was the last time you just allowed yourself to go back to that pace, that moment when everything, you felt like everything was right? You were on top of nobody could tell you nothing. You knew that I am it. I don't need you to tell me. I know it. When was the last time you were in that place, in that space? I'm on it, gimpiness. I'm on it, LOL. Okay, I love you. When was the last time that you were in that pace? And remember what it felt like, what it smelled like, if it had a taste to it. And maybe it wasn't a physical taste, but it was like it was something to it that just gave you that feeling of yummy, yumminess, deliciousness. When was the last time you were in that pace in your life when you felt like, yes, this is where I could just feel it. All the goodness, all the deliciousness, all the yumminess. It's just pouring in. And I love this pace and this place. And I want more of this. When was the last time you were there? Think about that. What pace inspires you? Because it is time for the floodgates to just open up. It's to open up, to pour. It is time for you to receive. It's like doing the energy work. One of my coaches, Dawn Copeland, she does this. She showed us this energy work where you get up and you literally open your hands to the heavens and you tell yourself, I'm ready to receive. And you just call it in. You just call it in and you physically just feel it. Like I put the post up today about grounding. Ground your feet on the earth and you get up. You could start your morning by just, whether you praise, whether you meditate, whether you just stand in this symbolic form of saying, I'm ready for the floodgates to open. I'm ready for all the goodness to come in. I'm ready to receive it. Like giving yourself something, a tool that gets it in your body, because we need things to be at the memory, to be in the body, because the body remembers. And sometimes we have to restructure things so that the old can be replaced with the new. Yes, grounding is so important. So just know, whatever that is for you, it's time to call in the goodness. It's time to allow the floodgates to open so that you can connect back to the pace that inspires you, that motivates you. Because I don't know who this is for, but there's a dream inside of you. There's a desire inside of you. There is something burning on the inside. I don't know who this is for, but if it's for you, give me a heart, give me a thumbs up if you feel this in any way. There is something burning on the inside of you that you know is about to be birthed, and it scares you. But I'll raise my own hand because I feel it myself. There is something that you are about to birth, and it's big, it's huge. You don't even know all the details. You don't even know all the requirements yet. You just know that this is your time, that this is your time to birth this amazing, I'm just going to call it a baby. This is time for you to birth this amazing baby that you are going to nurture, and it's going to grow. It's going to blow your mind. It's going to be so amazing. Right now, it's so huge, you may not even be able to wrap your hand around it. But you know that you know that you know it's on its way. So thank you, ladies. I see it's for a couple of us out there. Every time I do this, it works, Carolyn. And love this beautiful reminder. Mwah, Evie, yes, yes, yes. Just know, ladies, something, and I want to hear from all of you because I want to watch your journeys unfold. I want to see what you're up to. I want us to support each other along the way, but it's going to be so delicious and so big. That's been part of my process, to be in my body. Yes, be in your body versus being in your head. And whether just dropping in, ladies, just dropping into your body is just so wonderful. Just to say, just to drop in, put your hands on your lower abdomen, like feel into your body. Put your hand on your heart. What are the messages coming up for your body? Because we can be so heady, especially if you're like type A, always going, very smart, you know a lot of things, you have a lot of skills, you have a lot of talents. We could be all over the place, right? And we can, for our bodies can literally shut down. But it shows up in other ways that we haven't thought about, right? The whole term dis-ease, because we're not allowing our bodies to speak. The body is always speaking, but how are you moving it? When was the last time you just took the time to just like circle your hips, right? To just drop in and slow down and just circle your hips. Like, and feel all that feminine goodness, because you know what? Your hips get really, really tight. They hold a lot of energy. They hold a lot of emotion. When is the last time you just put on your favorite song and you just, even if it's just that slow motion, and it could be fast, it could be slow, but maybe that's how you tap into finding your pace. How does your body move? Put on a song. Put on a song that you like, find something sultry, but play with different songs, right? Hip circling right now. I love it. Play with different songs. What makes your hips just light up? What makes you just want to, go fast? What makes you want to go slow? But just feel that energy, how it moves through your body, and where's it going? What's it saying to you? And just listen. Take time to just put your hands on your heart and just take a deep breath and listen. Like, what is your soul saying to you? When is the last time you felt the rhythm of your own heartbeat, right? What does it feel like? What does it sound like? When is the last time you listened in? Where is there a spot on your body that may be tight? And what is it telling you? Like, why is that spot tight? Maybe looking up, Louise Hay has a great book, May Her Soul Rest in Love. Is it called Heal Thyself, Diane? Am I saying, I believe it's called Heal Thyself by Louise Hay. And she tell different things that appear in the body. She gives you the meaning of what the body is trying to tell you, as well as an affirmation. Listening with the ear of my heart. Amen. So the body is always speaking, and it's us getting back in touch with what it's saying. Because you remember, if you watch kids play, they're just uninhibited, right? They're all over the place, and you can heal your life. Thank you. Yes, that's the title. Thank you so much. They're all over the place, and they're uninhibited, but they're in touch with themselves. They know their bodies. They know what they're feeling, and they're not afraid. And when emotions go on overload, sometimes you see temper tantrums and they start to cry because they're expressing, they're emoting. They need to let all that out. But we've learned to, life shows up. We're adults now, but we've learned to shut a lot of that down, and we don't allow ourselves to have those moments where we emote and we show up and we let our feelings out. But we need to do that. When is the last time that you got a hug? When is the last time you got that close intimacy you needed? When is the last time somebody just witnessed you? You allowed yourself to just be witnessed. You just let your heart just pour out, and you let whatever emotions come up. When was the last time you gave yourself that gift of being free and allowing yourself to get that negative energy out? Every morning, rise with my hip circles to my favorite songs, tuning into my soul. Stillness and quiet is the touchstone to my soul. Yes, I love that. Yes, I have her book. Yes, it's a great book. Great, great book. So, find out, work with that this week. I want to hear about how did you move? How did you show up? What stories did your body tell you this week? And really listen, really pay attention. What does she need more of? What does your body, what does it need more of? And so get out some pen and paper, or if somebody would just drop these in the comments for me there's a couple steps I want to give you tonight that you can play with. And if somebody would be gracious enough to just drop them in the comments, I would appreciate it so others can get them along the way. So some activities I want you to think about this week, we already talked about one, is just doing that mental dump, doing a mental dump of one, listing where your blocks are. So we talked about doing that. So I'm actually adding. So one, listing your blocks, what's getting in your way, identifying it, owning it, right? And then writing what pace does inspire you, playing with movement, playing with different songs, playing with moving those hips, getting that energy through the body, or, just moving any way you want. Just put on a song and be free. Kids dance like, I don't care who's watching. When was the last time you just let yourself go? You just put on a song. You just acted like, listen, if you're watching, great. If you're not, great, because this is about me. Like, just let yourself be free. Let yourself play. So, getting back to what is blocking you or getting in your way. What pace inspires you as you do the activities and you work through, you move those hips, you move your body, you just get, shake it out if you need to. Like, what is it? What is it for you? And then I want you to do these activities over the course of the next few days. One, just do a mental dump, because we're moving into a new season. It's September. Things are about to probably speed up for many of us, with projects, with kids going back to school, with work, whatever it is. But do a mental dump. What are all the tasks that you have on your list right now? What's all the chatter in the background? What's it saying to you? You're not worthy enough. You're not smart enough. You're not whatever. What are all your have-tos and your shoulds? So I want you to write a list. What are all the tasks that you have to do? What's all the mind chatter in the background that's keeping you blocked? And what are all your have-tos? I have to do this. Or I should, right? We talked about being careful because we don't want to should all over ourselves. So what are your shoulds? Then I want you to, once you write all those out, I want you to put a star by the things you can delegate. What are they? Ask yourself, what of my mental dump of all my tasks, what are the things that I can delegate? Who can I ask for support? Who can I ask to take this off my plate? That's where you put a star. Then I want you to put a heart next to the things that you can reframe, like the mental dump. I'm not this, I'm not that, I should have, no, I'm not this, I'm not that. Whatever those mental things that are not serving you, put a heart next to those. What are some things, some people, they say, oh, I suck at this, or this is just not right, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. I want you to put a heart by those things. And I want you to work on how you can reframe them. I want you to work on what is the positive version of what you're saying. I want you to work on, if your thing is, I'm not good enough, I am good enough. I am enough. Period. Right? That's a full sentence. I am enough. I don't have da. The universe is supplying everything that I need. God is my supplier. Whatever it is that you need. Reverend Kathy told me today, God is not a God of scarcity. So however you need to reframe it for yourself, I want you to work on some reframes of that negative stuff that runs in your mind. I want you to automatically reframe it to a positive. And then I want you to put an X next to your have-tos and your shoulds. Just the X mark. Because those are the things where, okay, I have to or I should. Is that true? Do I have to? Or should I? Is that true? What's true about it? And if it's not true, I want you to work on finding the truth in the matter. Because sometimes we tell ourselves things that we have to do or things that we should do when it's not necessarily true, or we don't necessarily have to do it. So you get the point. Just work on the heart on self-criticism. Absolutely. And reframe it. Work on those areas. And by putting the little markers, you're putting the asterisk about what I can delegate. You're putting a heart next to the mind chatter, because those are the things you want to reframe. And the heart signifies I am changing this to support my heart, to support me holistically, mind, body, spirit. And I'm just putting an X mark next to the have-tos and the shoulds, because those two can be reframed. They can become I want to, I desire to. This is for the greatest good of my family. This is for the greatest good of me. This is for the greatest good of my relationship, instead of, oh God, I gotta go do this. You feel it when it's like that energy versus I should go home and do whatever. I should exercise, or I have to go to the gym, versus I desire to go to the gym. My health is worth it. I'm taking myself to new levels. There is more I want to show up and do. I operate better when I feel good. I operate better when I connect to those that I love in ways that support each of us. Like, it's time to start changing the conversation. Yes, the greatest good for one's self desires. So that's, so work with the markings. Then, create a couple of affirmations that you're going to work with. And I really want these to be your I am statements. So what's your affirmation for this week? It could be 1, it could be 2, but I want it to be your powerful your powerful I am statement. I am what? I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am worthy of every good thing. What is it for you that makes you like sit up a little bit taller? What is it that gives you that giddy laugh about yourself? I am what? What is going to take you higher this week? And I want you to put those on posters, put them around the house, in your car, wherever it is that you will see them. That is where I want you to put your I am statement. As a matter of fact, I would love it if you come back and drop your assignments that we're doing. What are your I am statements? Because you may encourage somebody else who didn't even think of your powerful I am statements. What are you? I am what? I am unstoppable. I am amazing. I am created in God's image, and period. I am created in God's image, and I know that everything in my life is working out for my good. Like, what is your I am statement going to be? What is going to carry you through? What do you need to profess? What, when you say it, like I said, makes you sit up a little bit taller and say, oh, did I just write that? Is that me that I'm describing? Is that who because your soul will recognize it. You instantly, when you get to that I am that is in your soul, your whole being responds to it, because it's like, yes, I've just been waiting for you to acknowledge me. What took you so long? So you will know it. It's going to settle in your soul like, thank you. I have been waiting for you to acknowledge me. So I am motivational strength. Yes, woman, I love it, with the muscle. So create your affirmations for this week. And the third thing is self-care. Self-care is self-love. And you are worth it. And self-care is what carries you through. You have to take care of yourself. And what I mean by self-care is, we talked about moving. So I want you to stretch and move if you haven't been doing that. I want you to move your beautiful bodies in whatever way feels comfortable and delicious to you. I want you to focus on this. It's September. What are your health goals? What is it that you're committing to doing? Eat foods that nourish you. Eat living foods, foods that give you life. Yes, self-care. Self-care is self-love. Yep, that's just the way I wrote it. Self-care is self-love, and you are worth it. So eat foods that nourish and give you life. Take quality supplements, because many of us are not getting all the nutrients we need from our foods. So take quality supplements so that you can optimize your health. Research the ones that you feel are going to work for you. Take quality supplements, and remember gratitude. Do your I am grateful. What are you grateful for? I am grateful statements. I am grateful for when you get up in the morning and when you go to bed at night. 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. I am grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful to be alive today. And don't forget to give thanks. Give thanks to the barista at Starbucks. Give thanks for somebody who just does something nice to you. Say thank you, when you're somebody gives you your change back. Just find every way to operate in and from gratitude, and just watch how your internal system responds to the amazingness and the juiciness of operating from gratitude. It just, when we operate from gratitude, it opens us up to so much more, so much richness, so much goodness. And versus when we close ourselves down, or we try to operate from places of maybe we're bitter, or maybe we're closed down, or maybe we're just in a space of feeling lonely and depressed and we need some support. But you'll find that when you find your gratitude, when you find that voice, so much comes pouring back to you, and it's just so amazing. Live into and recite your fantastic gratitudes opens up richness, absolutely. So and the last thing I want you to remember to do is to play. Play. Make time to do something fun, because we can we can work, we can run businesses, we can write books, we can do so many amazing things for other people, but we forget to play. Like, let that child side of you come out. Do something that excites you, that makes you laugh out loud, that makes you giddy, that makes you say, yes, this is like your little self. This is like, thank you so much for letting me out. Do something that feels like play, so that you can feel that energy, you can feel that goodness. Because yes, okay, we're adults, right? And we talked about adulting, but that little young side of you still lives in your soul, and he or she wants to come out and play, wants to have a good time, wants to be reminded you have not forgotten about that youthful, playful side of yourself. So play, have some fun. So just as a recap, this week we're focusing on flow. And you're going back to what is blocking you and getting in the way, so that you can own it and you can identify it. And you can work with the 1 or 2 areas right now. Who's doing that laughing face? You can work with the 1 or 2 areas right now that you know that you want to work on. And you want to identify, well, this is blocking me. Why is it blocking me? Is it true for me? What's the work I need to do here? Because I want to get around, I want to break through this block. I want to break it all up, and I want to make sure I am done with it, so that I can move on to new heights. What is that block for you, and where do you need support? So please reach out if you need support, to me, to the community, to others in your life. What is it? Identified, nobody gave me a 10. Thank you, Camille, for putting that in the notes. What pace inspires you? If you're not at a 10, so if you're at a 3, what can you do this week to get to a 4? I'm not asking you to jump to the 10. Baby steps, 1 step at a time. So if you were only a 3, what can you do to get to a 4? If you were only a 1, what can you do to get to a 2 this week? And that may just be talking to somebody about what is your block. You know, getting some, maybe asking somebody to just listen to you and ask them what they're hearing, what you're saying, what may be getting in the way that you're not identifying. Talk to somebody who really knows you and is going to be there for you and give you constructive feedback for your best and highest good. Somebody who is not going to judge you, somebody who loves you, and somebody who will tell you the truth. And not just, one of these people would add to it. If you want to know what I have to say, I'm going to tell. No, I don't mean those kind of people. I mean somebody who's really going to tell you the truth about who they know that you are, and they also see where you're going, and they're cheering you on, and you know it. You know that you could tell them anything. You know that you could cry in front of them. You know that you could laugh in front of them, and you know that they're for your highest and greatest good. That's the kind of people I want you to connect with. So what pace inspires you to have more energy? What pace inspires you that you're like, floodgates open up and I'm ready for all the goodness to come on in? What is that? I want you to create your I am statements. It could be 1, it could be 2, whatever you feel. What are your I am statements? And remember, self-care is self-love. So I really want you to take care of yourself, not just this week, for the rest of your life. I know many of you are on that path and you're doing well, and I want you to take that even higher. So I want you to do your mental dump. Don't forget the asterisk, the heart, and the X. working with those areas. And then, so working with those areas, and then your self-care. Stretch and move. Eat foods that are going to nourish you and give you life. Take quality supplements so that you're getting enough nutrients in your body. And remember remember to operate to and from gratitude. Man, I'm going to need to move to another planet to just read. And don't forget to play. I don't want you to move to another planet. Camille, stay right here with us. Oh, yes, yes, yes. I love the cartwheel. Okay, so where did I miss anything? If I missed something, just feel free to drop it back if you ask a question. Play, give and receive yourself that goodness, that youthfulness. Yes, giving thanks that despite neural issues hit me hard and my eyesight was... Amen, Diana. Amen. Your eyesight was... That is so important. Yes. Amen. Praise God for that. Working on gratitude. Okay, Camille. That's a good one. Live into and recite gratitude opens up richness, health goal, living foods nourish your body. Amen. So if anybody has any questions, drop them in the comments. Let me know. And if we end before you drop your question, you can still come back and drop your question. If this was good for you, let me know what was good, what you got from tonight, what you're taking with you. I definitely want to see some feedback and engagement in the thread because you've got some assignments that you need to get on. And I can't wait to see the good things that you're coming up with. Good night, Camille. And so before we go, don't forget my offer is if you want to, this is just a taste of the Come Home to Yourself experience. And if you want to know more and if you want to go deeper, let's jump on a call to talk about how going deeper in this work could benefit you. So drop me a message in the thread that you want the call, or drop me a message, a private message, and we will get that set up. And if you have any questions or comments, remember, you can drop them below, and I'm here to serve and support you. So thank you so much. I don't take it lightly. You could be doing anything on your Monday evening, and thank you for coming over and participating in the experience. And I look forward to our Thursday night check-in. So enjoy the rest of your night. Good night. Sweet dreams. And I can't wait to feel your flow coming through the airways. Blessings. Good night.